Shalom, this is Yah is Magnified, and I'm back with another informative video. Today's video is titled, Child Support Violates Your Right to Privacy. Really? But before I tackle this subject, as always, I must state for the record, I'm not a lawyer, I do not practice law, and I do not pretend to. All my videos are for informational and educational purposes only. They're all facts and all truth. Nothing more, nothing less. So with that being said, I would like for you all to hit that like button. And also, if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. And also hit that notification bell so you all can be notified as I'm dropping these powerful videos. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so now, the reason why I'm doing this video is because there's misinformation going around online of individuals teaching that child support violates your right to privacy. So we're going to see if that statement true, okay? Like I tell you guys, be careful where you all get your information from. If you're listening to individuals who still on child support, be expected to be lied to, okay? If you listen to individuals who claim to have won child support but never won a child support case and can't show an order with their name on it in a child support case, but child support is on their heels to this day, stop listening to these individuals, okay? They don't have a clue what they're talking about. They come on here just guessing and just throwing out information, trying to see what's going to stick to get you all to believe that they know what they're talking about, when all actuality, they don't. And to further prove that, let's get to rebutting the false narrative that's being placed out here, okay? Because if you guys go to these courts and you quote the things that they're saying, you will get embarrassed and get put out of the courtroom or even arrested, okay? So now, let's pick this up at the very top. Again, we're coming from the state of Texas, all right? And it states what? The Office of Attorney General. We know the Office of Attorney General is acting as the child support enforcement agency in the state of Texas, okay? My ARC name I crossed out in his address. The letter, the date of this letter is September the 27th, 2023. The other parent name I crossed out and the Attorney General's case number I crossed out. And it reads, Dear blank, the Office of the Attorney General, designated as the Title 4D agency, is the official support enforcement agency for the state of Texas. Our records reflect an overdue balance of $69,844.99 on your child support case as of 9/26/2023, and that you have not paid in 60 days. Please make minimum payment of $6,862.39 within 30 days. Please send your payments with the OAG case number to the state disbursement unit at the address right here. But let's continue. It is very important that you make a payment on your account each month, even if you cannot make the full payment. Making a payment each month could help avoid enforcement actions being taken on your case. You may contact our office with the 1-800 number for payment questions concerning this matter. So you can see the bottom and it says sincerely, right? So you'll think that's the end. But if you stroll all the way down at the bottom in the fine print, it states what? Privacy Act of 1974. Okay, but let's continue. It states, notice, disclosure of your social security number and the social security number of your children is required by federal law 42 USC 666. The Child Support Division will use these social security numbers for the purposes of what? Establishing and enforcing support for you and your family. So again, guys, they're telling you that they are not violating your rights to privacy, or they're not violating the Privacy Act. To further prove that, let's go to the Privacy Act of 1974. And we're going to pick this up from the Department of Justice. Let's go there. Okay, so now, as you all can see, we're coming from www.justice.gov. And we're picking up at the top where it states Office of Privacy and Civil Liberties, the U.S. Department of Justice. The reason why I came to the U.S. Department of Justice website, guys, so you all can see exactly what the U.S. Department of Justice states. So if you guys think you're going to take that argument into the court building, you will get laughed out of court, guys. Why? Because they have this thing covered. You is not going to take a federal code and use it against another federal code. No, a house divided will not stand, guys, okay? Demons cannot cast out demons, and it's just that simple. Do not be deceived by this false information going around online. So now let's pick this up at the very top where it states Privacy Act of 1974, and it reads: The Privacy Act of 1974, as amended, 5 USC subsection 552A, established a code of fair information practices that govern the collections, maintenance, use, and dissemination of information about individuals that is maintained in systems of records by federal agencies. By what, guys? By federal agencies, okay? All right? So are you going to take this. You can't take this argument to federal court because this is backed by what? The federal agencies. So you're going to lose there. You ain't gonna be able to take it in the state court. Why? Because the state court is underneath the federal rules. So guess what? You can't take your argument there. So either way, you're still going to lose that argument. Stop being deceived by the false information going around online. But let's continue. A system of records is a group of records under the control of an agency from which information is retrieved by the name of the individual or by some identifier assigned to the individual. So again, by the name of the individual, okay? But let's continue on. It states the Privacy Act requires that agencies give the public notice of their systems of records by publication in what? The Federal Registry. So how are you going to get remedy if they're letting you know that all this is done in the Federal Registry and they're giving you what? This thing called public notice. Okay? So if you're claiming that they're violating your rights to privacy, then you have to be what? One of the public. If you're one of the public, that means that you're what? A citizen. If you're a citizen, that makes you what? Subject to these laws, statutes, and codes. So you still lose there. But let's continue on. It states what? Click here to see a list of DOJ systems of records and Federal Register citations. So let's click here, guys. Okay, so now as you all can see, again, we clicked on the link and now we at the DOJ systems of records. And it reads, below is a listing of the systems of records maintained by DOJ. A system of records is defined by the Privacy Act of 1974 as a group of any records under the control of and what? Of any agency, right? From which the information is retrieved by the name, what? Of the individual. You see? It's something in the name, guys. I keep telling you guys that. Of the individual or by some identifying number, such as what? The social security number. But let's continue. Symbol or other identifying particular assigned to the individual. Then it states rules exempting systems of records from certain Privacy Acts requirements are in what? 28 CFR Part 16 Subpart E. Then it states and are listed with corresponding systems of records. So now these are all the records, guys. Okay, but we're coming from Texas, and Texas is underneath what? Right here, the Office of Attorney General. Let's click on it. As you all can see, number OAG 001, right? Exemption claim pursuant to 5 USC 522A J2 K1 K2 K5. So now, guys, if the OAG is exempt from this, then you know that what? If when you go to these child support hearings, the OAG is doing what? Representing the state. So if they represent the state, that's because they're exempt. The same state that's claiming that you owe support. So again, there's no way you're going to be able to go to these courts claiming that, oh, they violated my rights to privacy. They're going to laugh you out of the court building, guys. I just want you all to understand, be careful who you all listen to, because you are listening to false information. And this false information that they're giving you guys or putting out here in the public is detrimental to you all's cases, okay? If only you all knew how many people I turned down because some of the things that they have filed into the court and things that was previously done in their case. So I said I cannot help you because you guys are too far deep in. You're filing a bunch of frivolous documents that, you know, going to affect anything that you do further from here on out. So I just simply turn them away, guys. Okay? But now let's go back to the Department of Justice website. The first screen. Let's go back there. Okay? And if let's continue reading. It states the Privacy Act right here, so you all can see where I'm at. Right here. It states the Privacy Act prohibits the disclosure of a record about an individual from a system of records absent the written consent of the individual unless what? Unless that, remember that word, the disclosure is pursuant to one of the 12 statutory exemptions. We're going to go over the 12 statutory exceptions I meant. We're going to go over the 12, okay? Then it states the act also provides individuals with a means by which to seek access to and amendment of their records and set forth various agencies' records keeping requirements. So again, guys, so we just further proved that with the Department of Justice. But now let's go over the what? The 12 statutory exceptions, okay? Let's go over that. Let's go there. Okay, so now let's pick this up at the very top where it reads Privacy Act exceptions, information disclosure guidance. Then it reads the Privacy Act of 1974, as amended, prohibits agencies from disclosing information about an individual without the individual's written consent unless, look at that word again, guys, unless the disclosure is pursuant to one of the 12 statutory exceptions. Then it states the 12 exceptions allow disclosures. So now, we're not, you all can pause it and read it, okay? But, well, let's read number one. It states, to those officers and employees of the agency which maintains the record who have a need for the record and what and performance of their duties. So the Child Support Enforcement Agency needs this information to perform their what? Their duties. But let's continue on. Let's read it number 7. You all can pause it and read the rest, but let's pick this up at number 7. It states to another agency or to an instrumentality of any governmental jurisdiction within or under the control of the U.S. for a what? A civil or criminal law enforcement activity if the activity is authorized by what? By law, and if the head of the agency or instrumentality has made a written request to the agency which maintains the record specifying the particular portion desired and the law enforcement activity for which the record is sought. And now let's read, you all can read the rest, but now let's read number 11. It states, pursuant to the order of a court of competent jurisdiction. Okay, that's why they bring you all to court to what? Establish the parent-child relationship after they do what? Get all your information. And it's just that simple, guys. So now that we went over the Privacy Act and we see that the Privacy Act covers the agencies, now let's go to Title 42 USC subsection 666. Let's see what the federal government have to say about them using your social security number. Let's go there. Okay, so now, as you all can see on the screen, we are in fact coming from Cornell Law School. Let's pick this up at the very top where it states 42 United States Code subsection 666, requirement of statutorily prescribed procedures to improve the effectiveness of child support enforcement. A. Types of procedures required. In order to satisfy Section 65420A of this title, each state must have in effect laws requiring the use of the following procedures consistent with this section and with regulations of the Secretary to increase the effectiveness of the program which state administers under this part. But now let's go to 3C. We at 3. Now let's go to C. C, and it reads, the non-custodial parents what? Social Security account number, guys. Okay, so they're clearly letting you all know that they can use the Social Security account number and it's not a violation of the Privacy Act. Okay, they can use your personal information. It's not a violation of the Privacy Act as long as they don't give your personal information away to a third party. But let's continue on. It states, or numbers if he has more than one such number. Then it states, and home address shall be furnished to the state agency requesting the refund offset and to the state agency enforcing the order. But now let's go to 13. Okay, let's see if they still mention mention the social security number. Let's see if they, blatantly let you guys know that they can use your personal information and it will not be what? A violation of the Privacy Act as stated at the bottom of the document on that we read earlier, coming from the Texas Office of Attorney General. Okay, so now 13, recording of what? Social security numbers in certain family matters. Again, letting you know that they're going to use your personal information. But let's continue. Procedures requiring that the social security number of what? Any applicant for a professional license, driver's license, occupational license, recreational license, or marriage license be recorded on the application. B. Any individual who is subject to a divorce decree, again, do that word, child support, or paternity determination or acknowledgement be placed on the records relating to the matter. And C, any individual who has died be placed on the records relating to the death and be recorded on the death certificate. And let's read the second paragraph. For purposes of subparagraph A, if a state allows the use of another number other than the social security number to be used on the face of the document while the social security number is kept on file at the agency, the state shall the state shall so advise any applicants. Okay, so now let's go to 17A. Let's go to 17A1. Okay, and after this, I'm gonna let you guys go. It states financial institution data match. But now let's go to 1, and it reads the development and operate. It states to development and operate in accordance with the financial institution and the federal parent locator services in the case of financial institutions doing business in 2 or more states, a data match system using automatic data exchange to the maximum extent feasible in which such financial institution is required to what? Provide each calendar quarter the what? The name, record address, social security number, or other taxpayer identification numbers, guys. Just more proof that what? You cannot use the argument that they are violating the Privacy Act, okay? Forget about what all these people who do not have a clue what they're talking about trying to convince you guys to believe. That's far from the truth. And if you all go to the courts arguing this fact, you will lose. But let's continue. Then it states other identifying information for such non-custodial parents who maintains an account at such institutions and who owes what? Past due support as identified by the what? State by what? Name and social security number, or again, any other tax identification number. And that's it. I'm gonna stop right there, guys. So again, this is just more facts, more proof, more truth. Be careful where you all get this information from, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also share my videos, guys. Put this information out there for people to get the truth, okay? There's too many lies going around, man. So many that I can't keep up with. Okay, I try to keep up with, as much as I could, but I just can't keep up with it, guys. I got too much going on. So just spread my videos so they all can, people can see and get better understanding of what's going on. But again, that's what I'm gonna do for today. If you all need my help, hit me up at my email at y'allismagnified@gmail.com. Let's get this right wisdom, this right knowledge, and this right understanding. With that being said, again, hit that like button, share, subscribe. And with that being said, I say shalom.